Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So for today's video we're going to be doing a poolside pocket dashboard with some see-through elements using the vellum. So let's go ahead and dive in. Alright, so we're going to make a kind of pocket with a see-through element using the acetate for today's video. I haven't tried this, not the acetate, the vellum. I haven't tried this before. I've done a slight practice off camera to sort of see if my general hypothesis works. I think it does, so we're going to give it a shot. Now, just a little reminder, if you entered the giveaway on last week's weekly decoration to win your own poolside box, I will be announcing the winner at the end, so hang around for that. So I've got 3 pieces of the Planners Anonymous paper here. We're going to do 3. Because I kind of, I really want to use all the beautiful colours. But I need this to be a bit stronger, and I may need to still use a piece of, no, I still need to use a piece of white cardboard. I do know that. There's just a lot going on in my brain. So, the first thing I need to do is just grab a piece of paper out of my planner, just to get the size. You don't have to do this. If you know what the size is, it's fine, but I just like to grab a piece out and make sure it's right. So I'm using, the Planners Anonymous paper is American size, so it's letter size, not A4, which means it's not 2 full bits of paper. So what I'm doing, because I want it to be, I think I want it to be, now I may be wrong here, I may have come up, no, I don't want it to be. So I don't need the white cardboard. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit all oofy. Getting a bit oofy. So I do still want my pages because I want to be able to measure this. I originally was thinking that I'd fold this over and have 2 bits of blue and then it would look a bit different, but I did change my mind when I was pretending to make this before. I know, I'm a bit loopy today. It'll all make sense though. So I'm just using my planner page just to measure roughly where that is. Oh, that's fair enough, look over here. And then I'm just grabbing the paper trimmer and we'll just cut there. Also, while I'm here, I'm just going to grab my bit of tape and put that down there, so when I cut the next bit I know it's going to be the right width and I don't need to measure. So I'm just making sure that's all straight. There we go. Oh, I'm having a really horrible feeling that I've done this wrong, guys, but I'm going with it. We'll just see how we go. So then I've got the stripy one as well. That's going to sort of make the base of our pocket. And then I'm going to use this bit to make a bit of a concertina, is that the right word? Kind of pocket. So it's got a bit more room to it, because I feel sometimes that the pockets are a bit skinny and they don't quite give me what I want. That's what I thought was wrong. So this is just a little bit too high. So I'm just going to mark that as well. I'll just trim that off. So I'm going to actually just hold these together and try and do them both at the same time. So just holding them together, pushing it down. There we go. Perfect. So the part to me that makes it kind of different is that I'm going to use some of the vellum. So I want to use, this sort of looks like a, actually I might use 2. I was originally thinking I'd just use one of these as a little window through, but I might use 2. I'm going to do the pocket first, because once I've done the pocket I can then see sort of what the measurements look like on the other side. So the pocket I want is going to be 9 centimeters high, and that includes the fold over bit. So I did do some pre stuff for this video, I swear. So it needs to be 17.5 centimeters wide, because we need to fold some bits over. I'm just going to mark that bit out first, and we're going to cut that so that I've got that part before I cut this in half, because it won't fit my trimmer otherwise. Little bit. I'm just making it a little bit more than the 17.5 because I don't really mind if it's slightly bigger. And then we're going to cut it to 9 centimeters high. Just marking that again, and we'll just cut that down. Right. And then we get out the scoreboard, because we're going to do a lot of scoring on here before we actually start putting it together. So the first one, I'm doing a little fold over. I think I did it. This is my little template that I've done, which sometimes I like to have a template so that I know what I'm doing. So it's like 9 point. How about I just do this? This is much easier. I'm just going to mark roughly where the score is. I knew it was on one of the lines. So I'll do this one first. Actually, and we'll do the bottom one. We'll do those 2 scores. About there. I'll tell you that measurement in a sec. So this one is 1. I'll go 1.3, and this one is about 2, and that's just so there's a little bit more room there. I'll go straight down the side here and flip it round. Get that line there. And just score straight down there as well. Now the concertina part is kind of a bit more tricky. So what I'm going to do first is fold these over. We'll do some cutting in a sec to get the pocket to sit flat. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that this sits. Oh damn it, I did that on the wrong side. Because it'll look silly that way, won't it? It's alright. I have other paper. So this time I'm just going to score it this way so that I put this on the right edge. Just need to cut this to the 9 first. Oh yeah, that's alright, I can use that bit of paper for something else. I didn't ruin it completely, I just cut it a little bit. Checking that was the right height because it was just a little bit bigger. I'm actually going to make it 9.5. I feel like it needs to be a little bit taller than what I had it, so we'll make it 9.5 instead. There's lots and lots and lots of checking and rechecking and changing and stuff that goes into these videos, guys. I don't come up with these ideas perfectly on my own. I don't. Okay, so let's try that again. Score down this one. That 2 centimeters at the bottom. This one doesn't matter which edge it's scored on, so I know that's the bottom. Yeah, that's the bottom. Alright, so we'll do that fold again. Silly. There's the basis of our pocket. And then what I want to do is definitely make sure that this is the right width. So I'm just going to hold it up against this edge. And I'm going to mark exactly where that edge is. And that's where we're going to score it, so that we make sure that it's right. Alright, so I'm going to just score where that exact mark was, and then I'm just going to flip this over really quick, and that from that point onwards I then just want to score I'm just going to use my scoreboard, and I'm just scoring in the middle here, and that'll give me this little concertina kind of effect. So it's only a little one, it's only going to give us a little bit. I actually did mean to have more. We'll make it a little bit. Too many mistakes already. No, it can stay because the paper's not going to get any bigger. The idea was though that it was going to be a few more than that, so that it would sort of stick up a little bit more and give you a bit more room, but it will still work. So then to get the pocket, go, so I like to do a bit of a funny kind of shape and then down like that. So it's not really a C shape, but like a wave shape. And then for this one, I'm going to go straight up in a diagonal, and we'll alter the, no, it's actually going to fit perfect, so it's fine. So it does look like that. It looks a bit funny from the back when you sort of see that C shape, but it does work. So we're going to go ahead and attach the pocket. So you see that's the perfect width. It's actually a tiny little bit small, but you won't notice it. So just grabbing my glue tape for that. And I'm not attaching this properly. I'm just putting a little bit of glue tape on it because I want this, I need to run this through the die cut machine, and if I can run it through without the pocket, it'll be a bit easier. So I'm just sticking that down. The concertina part makes it a little bit more difficult, but it works. You just need to sort of push that bit in, there we go, and then push down. Okay, so there's your little pocket, and like I said, it gives you a bit more room, so you can sort of imagine there's more room there to be able to stuff in with bits and pieces. Now comes the part where I want to put some acetate in to make it look a little bit cooler. So, where did I put my die cuts? My dies, put them somewhere. There they are. Grabbing my Hero Arts Infinity dies in the circles, and I've already gone ahead and checked which size of these fits the little floaties. So grab that one. I'm going to cut these out. So you've got sort of the floaties are going to be up on the top. What I need to do is work out how many floaties I can fit on here. Now I've got to leave some room, so I've got to have some room to glue. So I'm just, what I actually might do, I'm just going to cut out one of these. Yes, that was my tester piece that I was doing before. I'm just going to cut out a circle so I can kind of, actually I'm going to do two, judge where I'm going to put these. Because this is a scrap bit of cardboard, it doesn't matter where it sits, so I don't need to tape it down. That wasn't going to cut quite right, but we'll get there. It doesn't have to be perfect, this one, it just needs to be a general gist. Okay. So I should be able to fit two, I think. So I could do one like that and one like that. And I also need to make sure I leave room for my holes to get punched. So there we go, I'm going to have it like that. So I'm going to go ahead and line up where I want these to be cut through. I'm just going to use a little bit of tape to hold that down. Oh, I miss having fingernails. There we go. I'm just going to stick that down, pick that up and remove the white bit. And we'll run that through. And I'm just going to put going to stick down, not enough, but anyway, just going to stick down the other one just so I don't lose where it needs to be. Run that through and then I'll do the other one as well. Now this is exactly the width of my die cutter, so I'm just being really careful because I don't want to damage the sides of the paper. Put the die cutter away because we still need it. It looks a bit weird because it's right over that side, I'm aware of that, but it will eventually look right. It'll look right when you put it in the planner. So to do the back side, because obviously we've now cut through here and we need to make sure that they sit in the same spot, so you're going to get that window effect. Just putting the die in that little window. You'll sort of, you'll feel it sort of sit in, and then I'm going to pick it up. You've got to remember how to do this. You've got to, so I put the tape down on the inside, and I'm holding that down, and then I've moved it like that. I'm a little nervous. When I do that, it lines up. So to me, it's going to be in the right spot. I'm just, you know, it's in the right spot. We're fine. I'm backing in my die cutting machine, or my ability to line it up anyway. So I'll run that through as well, and then we'll do the same thing with the other one. It's not 100%, it's really close, and I can manipulate this so it works. So I'm having it so it's exactly lined up with the hole, and then we'll line this up with the second circle. Okie dokie. So the cool thing is we're now going to have these two stripy circles that we can use on another project, which will be fun. Actually make a really pretty card, that one, just with the circles. Okay, put the die away. Now we can start sort of trying to assemble this. So we've got them lined up. Like I said, there's just a little bit peeking around. It's 1/2 mil, it's not even that. So I'm just going to cut off the excess when we get there. So we're going to bring in the vellum, and I'm going to pick a couple of ones that I want. I think I want this one, and I want the spots. I like the spots because it's actually a little bit more around the spots. So I do need room to be able to glue these down, so I need them to be square instead of circle. So I'm just cutting the shape I want. There still will be plenty of room, so you don't have to be cutting into the next one, like if you wanted to keep this one. So I'm just going to go that way, and that'll give me the amount of room I need. Okay. So then we just use the circles to know where we stick the vellum down. Now I'm going to grab that bit of scrap cardboard I had before. Or not. No, it won't work. I'm just going to put down a bunch of glue around the outside of that first circle. Doesn't matter if it goes all over the place on the back of the card, because it's all going to get stuck together anyway. We're going to see if we can get this to sit. Well, it will sit, but you know what I mean. I was going to move it onto the white so that you can see. I hope my head's not in the way. I'm just using the hole to sort of line that up, and I can see where the hole is. So you see there now you've got the. It actually looks really cool. I'm a bit proud of that. And then we'll do the same thing with the other one. I just might need to cut the corner so that you don't get a smash if I go that way. Good thing is because of the circle, I can just manipulate it until it's in the right spot. But we'll go ahead and put glue all around the outside again. Now, again, it looks a bit funny because it looks off center, but again, when we put the holes in it, it will suddenly all make sense. Oh, that looks so cool. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and stick all of this together. So all I'm doing is putting a bunch of glue. I'm concentrating down the sides here because I want the edges to be stuck. And I'm just avoiding obviously where those rings are because we don't want there to be glue there. You don't have to use glue runner, you can use adhesive paper, you could use regular liquid glue, whatever you feel like using. Okay, then we're going to stick these two together. Oh, I lost my voice there. Now the hardest part will be for this, actually I don't need the tools away because this didn't quite line up. So the hardest part here is going to be trying to make sure that the holes line up. So just guiding it in. I think that's right. I'm watching the edges as well, so I'm kind of looking at like 5 different places at once. There you have our little pocket that has the acetate. So I hope you guys can see, not acetate, vellum. So I hope you can see that you can actually see through there. It's a bit, so you got the paper there, so you can see that through there. So I'm just going to cut off these little extra bits that we've kind of got because of my miscut. They're tiny. They're really not even worried. I shouldn't even worry about them, but you guys know me, I'm a perfectionist, so I'm just going to trim them off. So it's just at the top and the bottom. The sides I got right. Alright, and then we're going to put our pocket on the front. Oops. So it fits just in under that, which actually looks really cool. Go ahead and put a bunch of glue tape on our edges. Thought I had another bit of scrap paper here, but I don't. It's alright, this is messy anyway, so it's going to have to get cleaned. A bunch of glue tape all around the edges, and then just on this little flap on the little concertina side. And I've got a little bit of glue there, so I'll just rub that off with my finger. Okay. Now for this one, I start with the concertina because it's the more complicated of the edges to get stuck down. So I'm lining up on the edge and just putting it down gently. Just need to put it up a little bit higher. It's just hard to tell with this edge. I'm trying to get it in the right spot. Okay, so I've got the corner in. We can open the little concertina out. Just glue that, rub that down heavy. And then we can do the other side. And the bottom kind of comes in all by itself. And you can see a little bit of the pocket, but I actually kind of like that. I think that looks really cool. And it just gives you just that little bit more room to be able to shove a bit more in here, which is what I like about it. Alright, next job is to put the holes in, and then we can decorate this a little bit. So we're just grabbing that planner page back in again. And this is where I'm going to, because we cut off a little bit top and bottom, it's not going to quite be the right size. It's going to be a teensy little bit smaller. So I'm going to use the spotty side. So again, making sure it's the right way because I don't want to put the holes on the wrong side. And I'm just going to have it so it sits in the middle, and then just mark it with the pencil, and we'll cut it out with a hole punch. Now the hole punch I'm going to use isn't my normal single hole punch with the Kiki K one. This is my J Burrows one. It's got a bit more room, so it's easier to get through all these layers. So that gets through, what's that, 3 or 4 layers of cardboard without any problem. Alright, base is there. I love the way that sounds. I don't know why, and I think that's weird, but I just love it. Okay, so to decorate it, one thing I have done, I really wanted the enjoy every moment from here, but I thought maybe it would be a little bit too big. So what I did is every month, if you're a subscriber, you actually get access to the printables, and on the printables page there is this one that has the printable art card. So what I've done is I've made it just a little bit smaller and just printed it out on some of my favourite fancy drawing paper. And I really just want the quote. I don't really want any of the bits around it. So what I'm going to do is just fussy cut this out and just sort of stay right on that dark blue bit, and that'll give me the right kind of look that I'm after. So you'll sort of see here, I'm just following the outline around and just hitting the very outside of it. So I'll just go ahead and cut this out, and I will be back. Alright, now I'm just trying to decide if I'm crazy enough to go and cut out all those middle bits. I don't think I am. I think I will be fine. I just love the way that looks. That looks really cool. I'm just trying to find there we go. That's the best spot for it. I think. Yes. Kind of got got a bit of the tea right between those holes, which looks really cool. Alright, so then we're going to go ahead and stick that down. I accidentally printed a black and white version, so we didn't want that, so we just used the same bit of paper. We just stick that down. I'm always really careful with the edges when I've done things like this. The middle doesn't really matter that much, but the edges can sometimes come up and I don't like it, so I like to make sure the edges are really gluey. And the good thing again with this glue tape, and I'll hopefully when I do my glue tape video be able to tell you guys what other glue tapes do this too, you can just rub off the excess adhesive if there is any on the side. Alright, so we still need something on this side though because that looks a bit boring. So I'm just having a look in the stickers first. Stickers first. Nope. I really actually, I wonder. I probably should have done this beforehand. I like the idea of this being a bit white. So I'm actually going to grab, I don't know if this is going to work, so we're just going to have a look first. I'm just going to grab the other, like the stamp of the floaty because it's a little bit smaller. I'm also grabbing the little relax that's here. And I might just put in my white heat emboss, a couple, so I might put one there and then maybe up here. Just, yeah, white heat emboss a couple of these around the place. So that brings the white from the bottom up and it just makes this a little bit lighter. I feel like it's a little bit dark. I know that's because the vellum, I just need to show you this. I don't know if you can quite get the idea from there. I know that you will see it eventually when I do the zooms and things, but I've just got my phone light behind it. Like, how cool is that? I just think that's awesome. I just think it's awesome. But yeah, a white heat emboss that, so I'll just grab my embossing stuff out. I just want to try something first. Like I still will do that, but I just want to attempt one with the white, and then I just want to check one with the clear. I just want to see if maybe the clear one looks cooler because of the blue behind it. Oops, they were a bit close. That's right. Shouldn't have done that, but anyway. Shouldn't have put them both at the same time, but it'll be fine. I also didn't prep these, so there's lots of things that I've done wrong there, but that's right. Before I mix them together. I'm just going to grab my reverse grip tweezers so that I can hold this without burning my hand. Just go ahead and melt this. I actually like both. I don't know why I think the clear actually looks cooler, but the white will give me the better effect. So I'm going with the white. So I'm going to grab a bunch of powder and make sure I don't have any static on here. Which means I just need to grab my paintbrush. So anywhere I'm going to put it, which is basically everywhere, I just need to put a little bit of powder. It'll all come off, so you don't have to panic about that if you haven't seen embossing done before. Don't know why I just did that top one, but anyway. See, look at my mess. I just make mess, that's what I do. Okay, and we're just going to put the ink anywhere I want to sort of have it. I need to have that relaxed there just so I don't forget to put it there. So I'm going to spin these round a little bit as well so that they kind of look like they're floating off the page. The one that's going to be a pain is I want to put it in that corner. So again, my glue tape is awesome. So I'm just going to pick this up. It gives me a little bit of give. It doesn't give me a lot of give now because it's been sitting there for a bit, but it'll give me enough that I can get that on there and it will be fine. I won't worry about one in the corner because that'll be fine. And we'll just get the relax. Alright, we'll go ahead and powder that all and heat it up, and then we'll be done. Some of those aren't perfect, they're a little bit fuzzy, or what I call, like the image is a bit fuzzy. That's fine, it's not a big deal. And the reason it's not a big deal is because it's not designed to be the focal point anyway. It's not like it's a sentiment. And it sort of makes it look a little bit more, wet's not the right word, but it just makes it look a little bit cooler. Alright, so now I'm going to put this back in my planner because this is where you're going to really see something cool. So let's just say I'm going to put this at the start of, start of June. Actually, I'm going to put it start of July, just so you can see what the white's going to look like. Check this out. Because now you can really see the colour of that vellum pop out, and it looks awesome. But even if you put it against something that's not quite so white, so this is my June monthly setup. It's a bit colourful, but that's okay. You can still see it's got this cool effect behind. Actually, that rainbow behind that actually looks really cool. But I love it. I think that's really cool. And I don't use the vellum as much as I should. So I really like that there's a bit of a see-through element. And it obviously works the other way as well. So if you had something white sitting there, like your white planner page or even your weekly decoration or whatever it is, really get that beautiful colours popping up whichever way you happen to put this. Plus, isn't it cool just to have a see-through element in our planners? That just makes things excellent. So that is it for today's video using Poolside. Now we get to the most exciting part of this video, which is actually giving away one of these fabulous kits. Thank you so much to Sammy and the Planners Anonymous team for providing one to give away to a very lucky winner, which is, and I apologise if I completely butcher your name, it is Rocio Rodriguez. Thank you so much for entering. Congratulations. I'll be in touch via Instagram in the next couple of days to organise getting your kit out to you. Thank you so much to everybody who entered. I really do appreciate it. I do try and do giveaways. I know I haven't done one for a very long time, but I do enjoy doing them. So I hope I can do a couple more this year. So that's it for this video. Please give it a big old thumbs up if you did enjoy the project, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss anything future from me. Hope you have an absolutely awesome day. Congratulations again to Rocio Rodriguez for winning the giveaway, and I will catch you in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!